So you just found out you have a herniated disc. Maybe you've got some sciatica going down your leg. You're not sure what to do. Your doctor says to go do some core exercises, but the ones that you're doing is causing pain. If that is you, I'm gonna give you 6 beginner level to advanced core exercises that are great for reversing your herniated disc, but also giving you some sciatica pain relief. I don't want you to stop with just this video. I created a free 14-day core strength and stability challenge that you can take, download, and follow for the next 14 days. I give you core exercises you'll be doing every single day, along with strategic relief activities that are gonna give you relief from your sciatica, your herniated disc, that you're gonna do before and after your workout. If you want that free 14-day challenge, go to fitnessforbackpain.com/core challenge. Let's jump in. All right, so the first exercise we're gonna start with is activating the deep core. This is how you do it. I want you to take a few deep breaths into your stomach. Really try to like stretch out, like breathe into your butt, breathe into your groin, expand your belly. Once you've done that a couple times, now I want you to quick breath out. You can also do a few different cues like pushing your fingers into the sides underneath your last rib. You see how I'm kind of pushing in? Once you're braced, I want you to exhale all of your air. And while you're exhaling, I want you to think about taking your belly button and pulling it back towards your spine. You're not sucking in. You're not creating a vacuum or a dome in your stomach. You're just pulling that belly button in while you hold that brace. This is what it looks like. Breath out. That's the first step of activating and engaging that deep core. Second exercise are leg slides. Very simple way of doing this is taking your shoes off and wearing your socks on a hardwood floor, or if you have sliders and a gym floor, you can do this as well. How you do this is get a nice brace going, quick breath out as if you're getting punched in the stomach. We're gonna pull that deep core in, and we're simply going to take one leg and slide it out and back while we are keeping this brace. So we're trying to engage the pelvic floor, engage the abdominals, keep everything nice and contracted. We're breathing along with this. It will be a little bit harder to breathe, but I want you to work on doing that. To level this up just a little bit, not too much, is I want you to engage your glutes, and what you can do is just push off of your heels a little bit. And then I'm going to slide that leg out and slide it back. What I'm looking for is stability at the hips, looking for no symptoms of sciatica or pain. If you have to modify and do halfway, that is fine. Make sure you do these consistently every single day. Once you've mastered that, we're gonna move on to the mini marches. We're kind of graduating ourselves up to harder and harder. One leg at a time, coming up here. And all we're gonna do is first do heel taps, mini marches, okay? So we're not doing anything intense. Our knees stay bent. We're not straightening our legs out. In fact, we're trying to bring our heels down as close as we can to our butt, because we're not trying to have a lot of movement. This is a great way to create beginner level stability and coordination, again, in the pelvic floor, in the core, and in the low back. You can go a little bit further out if you're feeling confident and you're feeling like you have your symptoms under control. If heel tapping is too much, cut the heel tap out and do half ranges of motion, making sure that your low back stays consistent, your pelvic floor is on, and you're not doing too much too quickly and kind of pushing into that pain threshold. Next level up from the mini marches is the dead bug. Now we're gonna do a weightless dead bug. We're just gonna be using our body weight to keep things super simple. Same idea with the mini marches, one leg up at a time. Here, back to neutral position. I'm gonna bring my arms up. I feel good here, I'm not gonna change much. What you can do is start very small. Here, boom. If you're really experiencing a lot of pain, a lot of sensitivity, this is okay. This is a good place to start. What we want to work ourselves up to is being able to go further and further out with the opposite arm and opposite leg. So I'm keeping that pelvic floor nice and engaged. The deep core is engaged. Stick to this movement at whatever ability that I can do. All right, we're gonna level this exercise up with a static bear arm raise. So static bear is essentially being on all fours like this. What I like to do with people is get them into a static bear plank, which looks like this. You can start with just this, being on the floor, being your hands and knees on the ground. and you're gonna take one arm up at a time. You can start here and see how your body responds. If you're like, that's pretty easy, then you can go into a static bear plank hold, and you're just gonna hold this here. Another way you can level this up is now combining those two things together. So I'm going to go into a static bear plank, and I'm going to take my feet a little bit wider, and I'm gonna slowly lift one arm up and come down. One arm up and come down. And this is the static bear arm raise. So a really fun way of leveling up the static bear arm raise is a static bear crawl. We're gonna go back to the static bear hold. So we're here now, we're able to do this, control over our symptoms. And all we're gonna do is, there's really two versions of this you can do. One is just lift the opposite foot and opposite hand. So if you wanna just stay in one place, modify this, keep it nice and simple, go into that static bear hold, and you're gonna switch hands, switch feet, back and forth. Now, the crawl adds a little bit more difficulty to it. What you're gonna do is same concept, but now we're gonna just move forward with our movement. So I'm up, slowly step, slow step. Notice how my hips aren't really moving. I'm not going for speed. Nice, simple, nice and tight. Go forward. You can come back, rinse, and repeat. Last but not least is the farmer's carry. Now there's lots of different variations you can do with the farmer's carry. I suggest sticking with just two-handed farmer's carry. So you can do dumbbell, kettlebell, whatever you have. I'm gonna grab some dumbbells here that I have. Going heavy is not a bad thing. Just make sure you can manage the weight, you're not using momentum. Just a basic farmer's walk is you're here, shoulders back, heads up, you're not leaning forward, you're not allowing yourself to round forward. Nice and stacked posture. The next thing is going slow, okay? So you can do high knee going slow. If you have balance issues, then you can go a little bit quicker and not have your knees come up so high. But essentially what we're doing is we're walking. So you can set up a time where you're doing this for 35, 45 seconds. You can do it for a minute. You can go back and forth, whichever works best for you. How you're holding the weight really doesn't matter a whole lot. If you want some variety, you can grab your weight, two hands up like this, and you can carry them, and you're doing the farmer's carry like this. If you need some wrist straps to keep your grip, if you don't have good grip, you can use wrist straps, but be creative. It's kind of like a pretty simple core exercise. You can't do it wrong unless you're going too heavy and you're not respecting your unique pain threshold. So that would probably be the hardest exercise of the 6 that we did. Be patient with your body. Go through each exercise, master it, take as long as you need to feel good doing it, to be confident doing it, and to have control over your symptoms before you move on to something heavy like a farmer's carry or anything more difficult. So that is the ultimate beginner's guide to using core strength for a herniated disc. If you're experiencing sciatica symptoms, do those exercises, be patient with your body, but more importantly, be consistent with how you do them. Make sure you go to fitnessforbackpain.com/core challenge to get that free 14-day core challenge. I gave you all the exercises you see here today and then some, along with some really strategic before and after workout routines or exercises that you can do that's really going to help with your sciatica and any kind of pain you're experiencing from that herniated disc. Go grab it, fitnessforbackpain.com/core challenge. It's yours free.